Frankie has 78 cents in pennies, dimes, and nickels. He has 5 nickels and 2 more dimes than pennies. How many pennies and dimes does Frankie have? We'll let y represent the number of the quantity of pennies, and then which makes y plus 2 represent the quantity of dimes. If you see this little chart up here, the quantity of pennies is y, and the value of a penny is 1 cent, so it's 1y. For the quantity of dimes is y plus 2, and the value of a dime is 10 cents, so it's 10 times y plus 2. The value of we have 5 nickels, and the value of a nickel is 5 cents, so which means we have 25 cents in nickels.
Our equation would be 25 plus 1y plus 10 bracket y plus 2 bracket equals 78. So using the distributive property, we have to collect like terms. So 25 plus 1y plus 10y plus 20 equals 78. So we would have to collect like terms and use 25 plus 20 plus 11y, skipping the 1y plus 10y. 25 plus 20 equals 45 plus 11y equals 78. So we would have to do 11y equals 78 minus 45. So 11y equals 33. And we would have to divide 11y and 33 by 11, which will give us the outcome of y equals 3. Since we have found that there are 3 pennies, we have to find how many dimes there are, and the equation is y plus 2. So for dimes, we would have to substitute 3 equals y into y plus 2. So equals 3 plus 2, so there are 5 dimes. After we have finished this, we would have to do the therefore statement. So therefore he has 5 dimes and 3 pennies. Also 5 nickels.
So you have $2.37 in loonies, pennies, and dimes, and you have 4 more pennies than dimes, and you have 1 more dime than you have of loonies. So how many loonies and dimes and pennies do you have? So first we have to assign a variable. So let x represent the number of loonies, then x plus 1 represent the number of dimes, and x plus 5 represent the number of pennies. So as you can see on this table on the right, we have the quantity and the value. So for the pennies, the quantity for it would be x plus 5, followed by the dimes, which would be x plus 1, and finally the loonies, which would be represented by the value of x. And for the value of pennies, we know that it is $0.01, so we will have 0.01 multiplied by x plus 5. Next, we will have for dimes, because we know it is worth $0.1, we will put the value as 0.1 multiplied by x plus 1. Don't forget to put the x plus 1 and x plus 5 between brackets. And then for loonies, all we have to do is 1x. So the equation will start off as 0.01 in between brackets x plus 5, and you close the brackets off, plus 0.1 multiplied by x plus 1. And then all you have to do is then just put another addition sign, which is a plus, and then put down 1x equals 2.37. This will just be saying that that all of that in total equals $2.37 in total. Now, basically, what the difference we did with the values is we just put them all together, all in an equation, like you normally do with a regular equation, and we just separated by a plus or a minus sign. And in this case, since we're adding everything together, we are using a plus sign. So the next step for this would be to simplify it and make 0.1 multiplied by x using the distributive rule. So 0.1x plus 0.05 plus 0.1x plus 0.1. And you leave the 1x on its own, and you just do what you did before in the first line, equals 2.37. Next, what you have to do is you add up the like terms. So, for example, we have 0.11x plus 0.15 equals 2.37. Alright, so then what we do is we just have to put down the 2.37 just like we did before. And next what we have to do, just like in a regular equation, is we just have to isolate the variable, making it 1.11x equals 2.37 minus 0.15, because we are switching the sign that is just assigned to a negative sign in front of the 0.15. So now that we have it, all we have to do next is we have 0.1x equals the answer of 2.37, which is 2.22. And just like a regular one, all we have to do is divide both sides by 1.11x. Now for this problem, instead of using the fundamental way, we are using the transposition. So then our answer would be x equals 2.22 divided by 1.11. And then our answer would be x equals 2.2. So now all we have to do is we just have to find the amount for the loonies, dimes, and the pennies. So basically we just have to refer back to the table and basically solve what the amount is that we did in the table. So here we would have so then we would make it 1 times x equals 1 times 2 equals 2. So therefore we have 2 loonies. Next we will go down to the pennies. And for the pennies, basically like we did with the loonies, we just have to use the quantity now, like we did before. So the answer for this would be, as you can see back onto the table right there, x plus 5 equals 2 plus 5, which would equal 7. So therefore we have 7 pennies. And finally we have to do the dimes, which is basically just like we did with the pennies and the loonies back to the table. So what we have to do is we have to put down x plus 1 equals, and we just have to replace the x with 2, which is what x equals. 2 plus 1, which makes it 3. So therefore there are 2 loonies, 7 pennies, and 3 dimes. Don't forget that when writing your therefore statement, you have to put down 3 dots in order to abbreviate what you are saying.